So Megyn Kelly has beef with Caitlin Collins, and Patrick Bet-David sits down with Chris Cuomo. Some in the chat would say homo, Chris Homo, and they talk about the drama. Let's watch.
Megyn Kelly doesn't hold back. I don't know if you guys saw this on Caitlin Collins. Did you have a Chris? Have you seen this yet?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and play this clip. She's trying to give some feedback to Caitlin Collins, and she tries her best to be sweet, but just, Rob, play the clip.
It doesn't inspire confidence in me as a woman. I mean, everyone's supposed to be celebrating that she could be our first female president, and she can't even do a sit-down interview on her own. I got news for you, Madam Harris. That's not how the presidency is supposed to work.
This is the wrong clip. This is a different Megyn Kelly
this
clip.
is...
No, she's upset about something else.
Although
but
she
she's
was
still
very
upset.
sweet and compassionate.
Yeah.
Call her Madam,
this is Megyn Kelly giving feedback to Caitlin Collins, and she tries to be gentle about it, but go ahead, Rob.
I'm sorry, but she's only a star with leftists. And the fact that she has some roots in Alabama does not make her a fair and balanced reporter. I will submit to the record, her biggest sin is not that she is biased, though she is. It's that she's boring. She's extremely boring with no personality. I have a pro tip for her. Smile. Try smiling every once in a while. Try not to be, like, in your delivery, such a cold-hearted all the time, because it gives people nothing to bond to. You can be a tough interviewer and also have some warmth.
Tom.
I happen to agree with her. I'm not a fan of Caitlin Collins. You know, I've watched her. I said, okay, so they got this telegenic person that listens to the producer in her ear, who really hasn't shown me where her rudder really is. And okay, she's from Alabama, whatever. And I think
she used to work with Tucker, right?
Yeah, I think she was engaged to a high-ranking Republican operative or something at some point in time. So maybe she's for sale, and this is where her career has taken her, and she's just rolling, and this is what she's doing. But she doesn't come across as a young Jessica Savage who used to walk the room and search for the story on a journalistic level. She just doesn't appeal to me like that at all. I'm not a fan.
Several things. What matters most to me about it is that, you know, Megyn is playing into like what works best in digital media, which is being provocative, being acidic. And I think there's a little bit of irony that she's giving Collins advice that she couldn't follow herself, which is one of the reasons she failed at the network level. But I know Caitlin Collins. I do not believe that she is a plant for the left. She is in a struggle to succeed on cable television, as we all are. And
oh, shit. Yeah. You want to talk about why Megyn Kelly failed? Let's talk about why Megyn Kelly failed. You guys remember Megyn Kelly hosting the debates with Donald Trump, coming after and attacking Donald Trump? And he says, only Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah. And Megyn Kelly, no, not only Rosie O'Donnell, being a stuck-up bitch like she just described. Yeah, that's why she failed, because Donald Trump freaking destroyed cable news. That's why this dude's on PBD right now, because he destroyed cable news. Okay? And even Megyn Kelly, she was able to recover because, one, people love whenever somebody can come out and say, hey, you know what, I was wrong. It shows growth. It shows humility. She did that, okay? So that's number one. Number two, she smiled and she wasn't a stuck-up snob. Caitlin Collins, she ain't got none of that going for her. She was on the right. She went to the left. That's why people say she's a plant. And then she decides to go to the left to die in cable news media. And what happens there? She's somewhat successful. She gets to do an interview with Donald Trump. She gets roasted. She gets humiliated by everybody on the internet, including Megyn Kelly. Now Chris Cuomo, who literally got fired, is going to give out. He's going to go over here and set the record straight. Okay, big guy.
You know, look, this is what sells. If Megyn were being the way you were suggesting that she was, you know, sarcastically, nobody would hear the clip. If she gave her real advice that was coming from a good place, nobody would care. You got to be, you know, I call them tactics. The tactics are tactics. You got to be attacking. You got to be negative. You got to be nasty. And I don't mean nasty in some kind of misogynistic way. It's men and women all do the same stuff. Caitlyn got beat up because of this clip where she says you can't call CNN anything but fair.
Right.
You say that about any outlet right now, you're going to get reverb. But
Bill Maher agreed with her, and he said maybe that's the slogan: CNN, anything but fair.
I know, which was funny. Maher is a genius, and I'm a big fan of what he does. Whether I agree or disagree all the time doesn't matter, because he's a thought leader and he makes you think, and that's his job. But look, I'm just saying that Megyn Kelly has made a decision, right? Which is the reason that I can get people following me is because I'm going to say really obnoxious stuff about people and situations that matter. But again, does anybody believe that that's Megyn Kelly's secret sauce, is that she knows how to be warm and also drop the hammer when she needs to? You know, I just think that she's given advice that she didn't follow.
Well, I think she's learned. You know, sometimes hey, listen, I wasn't what I am now, so smile. Listen, anytime you give advice, hey, just smile a little bit, be real. I think that's great advice.
I think it was patronizing and condescending, and I'd love to see a clip that has gone viral of Megyn Kelly because she was being compassionate.
I'm with you on this, but about Kate and Collins, just real quick. I mean, she catapulted to stardom because why? She interviewed
Because I got
Trump.
shit canned.
There it is. And then
She got your job.
she got your job.
Yeah.
There it was. And then this is the face of CNN. It's a young, semi-attractive
She is not
female.
the face of CNN. Anderson
But they
Cooper is
want
the
her
face
to
of
be.
CNN.
Yeah, but that's done. I mean, how much longer is
As
Anderson
long as he
Cooper?
wants.
Okay.
Anderson Cooper could get any job in the media that opens up.
How old is Anderson Cooper? 60?
No, I don't know. He's 50
I mean,
something.
he has white hair since he's 32, so I don't know what it is. But
Gunmetal Gray, baby.
Okay,
There's a fan site dedicated to
I
it.
just struck a chord with you and your friend Anderson Cooper.
57.
Okay? God forbid
It's the Steve Martin effect, you know.
But
They
the reason
I
we're
haven't heard
talking
from
about
Anderson
her,
since the day I was fired.
But here's the
But
point.
I respect who
Here's
he
the
is.
point. You don't see Anderson Cooper on Bill Maher. You don't see Anderson Cooper on anything, basically.
He goes on
They're
the morning
parade-
show with his friend Kelly Ripa.
Okay. But why are they parading her around, is my point. Why is that?
Well, look, you're always trying to build the next generation, right? And they did a very ambitious thing at CNN, right? So they have 3 women in a row, which, you know, again, is only remarkable because we
Bingo.
don't usually do it. But they are 52% of the population. I loved when Ruth Bader Ginsburg, they asked her how many female justices on the Supreme Court would be enough. She said, all of them. We've had all men. Why wouldn't we have all women? And, you know, it's an interesting thing to play with. I don't have a harsh assessment of Collins. It's hard to make it on cable TV. It's hard to make it if you're not a provocateur. She is not a provocateur. Megyn Kelly was much more successful on cable TV because she was a provocateur. Yeah. She then went to network TV and failed abjectly. Why? Because she can't do exactly what she was suggesting to Caitlyn Collins that she do. But look, that's Kelly's currency. Kelly's currency is saying mean things. She's smart. You can be smart and mean. And she's going after Caitlyn Collins. Why? Because she's got us talking about it. That's all she cares about. She doesn't want to give her advice.
Play this clip of her on Stephen Colbert, which got very awkward with the audience's reaction. Go ahead. Rob, audio.
After Vice President Harris, he knew his attack lines on President Biden. He really has struggled with how to go after someone who's 20 years younger than him, who is a different gender, a different race. It's kind of been this moment where he has not been able to coalesce around a single attack line.
I know you guys are objective over there, that you just report the news as it is. No,
Look
I know.
at the reaction.
I know
Is that supposed to be a laugh line?
I wasn't supposed to be, but I guess it is. What I wanted to ask is that
by the
you
way,
guys still have your own...
Just as objective
By the
as
way,
he is, though.
you have
Whoopsie.
to realize, what percentage of Colbert's audience do you think is on the left? Probably
90.
70, 80, 90%,
Yeah.
and they're even laughing at CNN. That's what makes it very funny.
Look,
but go ahead, Chris, defend them real quick because
I'll defend
Yeah.
them. I'll defend them.
Here
One,
we go.
I believe
This is brought to you by CNN, by the way. Go
I
ahead.
believe that objectivity. Well, who would have more reason to attack CNN if you look at it, you know, through this normal lens? I don't attack it because I don't share the opinion. It's not about objectivity, okay? Objective is 2 + 2 = 4. You know, unless you're the actor who doesn't believe in regular math, everything is always 2 + 2 = 4. It will always be 4. It can only be 4. Nothing is really like that in politics or human context. Fairness is the standard. Are you fair? So you can't give me an outlet where you say, well, I have no idea. They never let me know what they're doing on anything. And everybody has been trained now to hate the media. It's always been that way, but now it's more, it's exacerbated, right? The media is, everybody hates it. You're supposed to hate it because it's not fair. I think CNN does a good job. I think that there is an intention there to be fair. Do they get it right all the time? Nobody does. I work at a place that was created as reaction formation to the other outlets.
All right, enough of this propaganda bullshit from Chris Cuomo. Some of you guys would say homo. I think that's funny. Listen, man. Okay, yeah, we understand media. All right, we've read Edward Bernays' propaganda. Okay, we understand about the appeal of fairness. All right, I don't need your lectures on what is appearing to be fair. This is why media will always go like this. All right, people will jump and they'll love Fox News, and then they'll go back to CNN, and then they'll jump and go back and forth until cable is completely irrelevant and YouTube Bring the Asteroid takes over. Guys, check out our new merch, by the way. Bring the Asteroid merch just released. Dude, we know about what it looks like to be fair and everything like that, but we know that you've been spewing CNN. All of these media oligarchs have been spewing leftist propaganda, BS for forever, okay? And the minute somebody like you starts to have conversations with somebody like PBD, you're canned. Tucker Carlson, canned. This is from Fox and from CNN, both. Because mainstream media, cable news, are corrupt. From Fox News all the way to MSNBC, all the way to CNN. All of them suck. But thank God for alternative media, right? Thank God. Anyways, guys, that's all we have for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.